All right. Good evening, everybody on YouTube. We're going to take just a second and make sure that all of our audio settings are working out okay before we go out on the radio. And it sounds like I got the thumbs up and the go ahead. So here we go. Yep. Coming in good. We lost Dave. So let me
stream.
Okay, that was my bad. You should be able to hear it now as soon as we start coming in.
Hold on. Let's see. Test 1, 2. Yeah. Sounds
Yep,
good. Sorry,
we got it.
delay,
We're all good to go.
Cool.
All right, let's kick it off. Good evening, everybody. This is Nick, call sign KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. I want to welcome everybody and thanks for joining us tonight. And a big shout out to the W6 VVR repeater and to the Vaca Valley Radio Club. Also to the FreeStar Network for the use of their repeaters and digital connections. And the Mad Scientist Amateur Radio Club, as well as the owners and operators of the WX5 NAS repeater system. Also want to say a big shout out to Mike WG5EEK, Greg W5GSW, and Brian KK6BXP for all their continued networking efforts. And then also a big thank you to Connor K7CBL for his efforts in getting all the live stream connections going. Big thanks to everybody there. We're going to take a second and just see if there's any priority or emergency traffic. If there is at any time throughout the course of the Anti-Net, you can say break with your call sign, and we will clear the air and give you an opportunity to pass your message. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time?
Hey, Nick, your on-air audio, I don't know if it's me, it's a tiny little bit low. Might want to bump that up in IAX.
I don't even remember how to do that. Oh, there we are. Devices.
It's not bad. I mean, I can hear it. But
it's maxed.
Just a smidge low. Okay.
All right. Nothing being heard. The 2 Meter Crew is not an actual club. We're just a group of ham operators that are enjoying and learning all things ham related. There's no dues or fees to be a 2 Meter Crew member. For more information on that, you can visit us at our website at 2metercrew.net. You can also join our Discord group. There are links in our YouTube description for that. This is an open Anti-Net. It's open and welcome for everybody to jump in and say hi and join in. We encourage new operators to come in and say hi, and we'll give you an opportunity if you are a new operator in the beginning to give us your call sign and say hello. So the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net meets every Friday, every other Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 4 a.m. UTC. I got it right this time. There's a bunch of different digital connections that you can use to connect with us. We are connected through Echolink at W6VVR-R. Also through AllStar nodes 51092. 512342 and 55655. DMR talk group 3149964 and YSF reflector 24033. We have a TGIF talk group which is linked at 2133 and then also through the FreeStar AllStar link of 2196. You can also connect with us on the Mad Scientist Amateur Radio Club repeater and the W6 VVR repeater. Both of which are always connected. The Anti-Net is also being live streamed on YouTube at Northwest Ham Shack. If you like and subscribe to that channel, you will get notifications when we go live. And then if you check on the links in the description of the video, you can connect with us through Discord and we can get you connected through the live stream. First and foremost, we want to take a second and just see if there's any new operators. So again, my name is Nick, call signs KN6 DAL, and we are looking for any new operators, anybody who's recently gotten their ham license, or maybe you've upgraded your license recently. If that's you, come on in now. All right, no new folks tonight. Let's see if there's any general check-ins. Anybody that wants to check into the 2-meter crew anti-net, come on in now.
I guess I'll check in to clear out the crickets. K7 CBL.
All right, well, that first test.
Kilo 1 Bravo Whiskey Oscar coming in on TGIF.
Okay, I got 2 check-ins there. I got Connor, K7CBL, and Oscar, K1BWO. So, Connor, with your permission, since you're in our chat, I'm going to jump over to Oscar real quick and get a check-in from him, and I'll come right back to you. Actually, I'm going to do it without your permission. This is KN6DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net, K1BWO. Oscar, how's it going tonight?
Yeah, this is Kilo 1 Bravo Whiskey Oscar. Name here is Dean, Delta Echo Alpha November Echo. I'm also on YouTube right now watching you guys traveling ham on the YouTube, but we're doing all right. We're oversized load picked up in the San Francisco Bay Area today, and we're making our way up to Washington State. But I want to say good evening, everybody, and enjoy watching you guys on YouTube. Kilo 1 Bravo Whiskey Oscar.
Well, Dean, thanks for the check-in. I appreciate it, and I'm happy you're watching on YouTube. We've made a couple of changes in terms of how we're streaming this to try to clean things up a little bit. And so now we're utilizing Discord as our main kind of application instead of Zoom, because it just seems to work a little bit friendlier with all the equipment. So hopefully that is turning out okay for you, and don't pay too close attention. Pay attention to the road. And when you get to Washington, we welcome you, because that's where I'm from. So thanks for the check-in, Dean. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net. And we're going to switch over to Connor, K7CBL. How's it going tonight?
Well, we can do it through Discord. Might as well flex that.
Go ahead.
You can keep me up. Yeah. Good evening to Nick in the net. This is Connor, K7CBL. How's my audio sounding? Frank, somebody monitoring local? No? Okay. All right. Well, all right. I'll just I'll speak up a little bit. Yeah, Connor, K7CBL. Doing good. Not much going on here. Just monitoring the back end, just making sure everything's going good. We might have a couple audio tweaks we have to make after the net, so we'll see. But yeah, glad that we moved over. Got off Zoom. That's less of a hassle. Discord's just an all-around better, more unified platform for what we're doing. So, yeah, super excited. Glad to see that it's working. And, yeah, just a couple tweaks and we'll be done. But I'll pass back the net control. K7CBL.
All right, Connor. Hopefully that was more audible. You know, the last time we were on, we used Zoom as the platform, and we weren't getting hardly any audio through Zoom to the repeater system. So at least you can be heard this time, and that seems to be working well. And yeah, I agree. There's a couple of tweaks, but again, thank you for your help just kind of getting all of that set up. I know it's been quite a bit of work, and we always seem to end up putting long hours into this kind of stuff. But I still think we've got Mike's got you beat in terms of like hours of time, because I remember one night me and Mike were up until like it was like 4:00 in the morning programming one of the AllStar nodes, and it was like, my goodness, my brain still hurts from that, and it was a long time ago. But it might be time for another round of that because I'm having some issues. But cool, man. Thanks for checking in. Let's see who else is out there. Anybody that wants to check into the 2 meter crew anti-net, come on in now.
Yeah, the Discord to radio is just a smidge quiet. I don't know if that's because you have me turned down or something, but yeah.
K3 JPM listening.
Did anybody hear that?
X-ray something.
I think we copied X-Ray Zulu. Can you come again?
K3.
Real rough copy.
Sounded like VK3, but that's about all I could get.
Okay, sorry, station. We have a pretty rough copy on you. Maybe try back here in a little bit if you get into a better area. But yeah, no copy on the call. Sorry about that. This is Nick, KN6 DAL with the 2 meter crew anti-net. Looking for any and all check-ins. Come on in now.
R.
I heard R.
Yeah.
That was Bert.
Bert.
Was it? It was Bert?
Yeah.
All right, I think we got Bert, N6ETR. How's it going?
I'm on the parking lot in Highway 37 right now again, trying to get home. Hopefully I'll get on the Discord Zoom or Discord thing and get on there. I'll see you guys then.
All right, awesome. Looking forward to seeing you out here, Bert, and checking out the new platform. You sound good coming over the repeater, so all things seem to be working pretty well. This is Nick, KN6 DAL with the 2 meter crew anti-net, looking for any and all check-ins. Come on in now.
VK3 JPM, do you have a copy?
VK3.
Was it JPN?
JPN? JPN, I think.
J or KPN? Yeah, something like that.
That was Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Papa November QSL. All right, no return. We will move on. Station ending in JPN. If you do hear us, feel free to come back. Let's hear from Frank. Frank, how's things going over there?
Okay, we're going to do it this way. That works. Kilo Golf 6, November, Lima Whiskey. Good evening, one and all. Things are going pretty well. Have a very different setup going tonight, and it's going to be a permanent thing, and working on a bunch of video editing. Finally, I can do some hardcore video editing and pump out at least 9, maybe 10 videos for my ham channel and 1 for my photography channel. And in case people miss the scroll bar at the bottom, they see the scroll bar at the top with all the information needed to join this fantastic anti-net. With that, I'm going to pass it back to Nick, KN60AL, KG6NLW.
Yeah, thanks, Frank. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move you because there's my Northwest Ham Shack logo is totally blocking your video. But
not anymore. It's not. I flipped myself.
No, not your face, but the scroll bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how there's got to be a way to reorganize people or something, but I don't know how any of this works. There you go. That worked. All right.
Yeah,
this is Nick, KN6 DAL with the 2 meter crew anti-net, looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in, come on in now.
Kilo Delta 6 Quebec Zulu Hotel. Peter and Elk Grove.
Was it Peter in Elk Grove?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Kilo Delta 6 Quebec Hotel. Peter, how's it going tonight? Was it Hotel or Zulu Hotel?
QZH.
Going good. I just stumbled on his net, but correction on the call sign is
Got it.
Kilo Delta 6 Quebec Zulu Hotel. Or if you prefer, Kilo at Delta 6 Quick Zebra Hunter.
All right, I noted the correction. I don't think it's going anywhere important, but I noted it. How's things going tonight?
It's going pretty well. Long day at work. What is this net called? Sorry, I just sort of stumbled on it. And did I hear a station who said they were on Highway 37? That's my old stomping ground, having been born and raised in Marin, and now I live in Elk Grove.
Yeah, so this is the 2 Meter Crew anti-net, and we're a pretty uncoordinated group of friendly hams looking to have fun and create conversation. And to answer your second question, yes, you did hear that correctly, and that's the traveling ham, K1BWO, who is traveling on his way up to Washington right now.
I think he was talking about Bird on 37.
Yep. Bert was on 37.
Oh.
Yeah, we're uncoordinated, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, on Highway 37 very often, but then I check in. But good to be here, and
I can barely hear what he's saying.
Take it easy on a Friday night, so I'll pass it back to you to go to the next person. Katie's excuse at 8.
All right, thanks for the check-in. We appreciate you coming by and saying hi. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew anti-net. Let's hear from Dave, K6WBY. How's things going, Dave? Do we need to unmute him manually? No.
I don't think so.
There he goes. He got it. All right, Dave, we're going to do a standby and give you a chance to figure out the audio side of things. How about Mike, WG5EK? What's been going on with you, buddy?
Oh, you know me, just doing geek stuff. But yeah, this is Mike, WG5EEK. So it's not necessarily ham radio related, but it is a way to save money. I like Amazon. But I found that there's some local stores, I guess they're called discount bin stores, and they're probably in your area too.
Oh yeah.
I'd never heard of this stuff. Like,
it's amazing.
They just get random crap that people return. I've seen addresses from California and Arizona. I'm like, oh my gosh, why are these addresses still on these returns? That's not safe. But I picked up so much crap from there in the last week. Stuff for Christmas, stuff for presents, stuff for myself. Like I got randomly, because they were probably just going to throw it away, but I got a Baofeng programming cable for $4 and with the CD. So I'm like, why not? You know, I got a Bluetooth transmitter and receiver, so when I'm out and about in my house, I could plug this into my Yaesu 991A and I could listen to what's going on, you know, so that's kind of cool. I can't tune around, but if there's a net going on or if people talking, I can walk around the house, go get a drink filled up, whatever. It's pretty cool. That was $4. I got a bunch of cables for like $1 each. Yeah, just random stuff you can find. So I was talking to a guy, he's like, he found a $300 like oil cooler for a car and they paid $20 for it, and I was like, that's crazy. So you can find all sorts of random stuff, but we have at least 3 in the area, and I've hit them all up. All different days have different prices. So, like one day might be $1, and then like the first day might be 10, but they $7, but they drop the price down every day. So you get less and less stuff. But you know, you never know what you're going to find. I found a Motorola handheld GMRS radio in there, and I asked the staff, "Is this one of y'all's?" I was like, "Did you guys drop it in the bin?" They're like, "No." I was like, I didn't pick it up, but you know, you never know what you're gonna find, and it's nuts. But that's pretty much all I've done besides work.
I lost the repeater like 30 seconds ago.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm back. Anyway, I got a new mic. I don't know if it makes a difference here on YouTube or Discord, but I thought I needed a new one because I guess last week my audio was garbage. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be doing this all the time, like I should be doing, I need a better mic. So I got a refurbished Blue Yeti on Amazon, not at the bin store, but I paid a little bit more than what they offer. But yeah, hopefully it sounds all right. But that's pretty much been my week, 2 weeks actually. So I'll turn it back over to the anti-net, a net control there, Nick. This is WG5EEK.
All right, Mike, thank you for checking in. And, first off, your microphone sounds way better than it did. It sounds really good. Much clearer. Your voice before, it was like it coming through what it was, like a desktop type of speaker. It didn't sound right, but it sounds really good, really clear. And then secondly, yes, for those of you that didn't hear, what Mike was speaking about is the your local Amazon bin business, and they're ran differently in different areas and stuff like that, but the premise is the same. And I have a couple in our area that do essentially the same thing as what you described. It'll start off with a new load the first week, and it'll be a $10 bin or whatever, and then as the days go by, it gets less and less expensive. This is
not keyed up that way.
This is Nick, KN6DAL. And yeah, so those bin stores are incredible, right? I've gotten so many different like webcams and all kinds of stuff. And the good one I got was I have a set of headphones that are ANC style headphones, and they retail for like $350, and I got them for like $90, and they work really, really good. And yeah, I absolutely love those stores, and I go there anytime I can possibly go. So I'm glad you have some in your area. Super cool finds. That gets me excited.
Absolutely.
I'm a junk collector, so that gets me all
I'm gonna have
pumped
to
up.
start going more often because I was just hitting up thrift stores and antique stores. I'm like, yeah, you see the same stuff, but this was interesting because a lot of it's electronics, and of course, who doesn't like that? So
Right. Yeah, and I found parts for 3D printers and just everything you can think of, cables and connectors and all the little things that I'm always on the prowl for different things that I don't need, but awesome, man. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in and say hi, come on in now.
Lima Bravo Papa.
All right, I caught your suffix of Lima Bravo Papa. If you want to key up with your whole call, how's it going tonight?
Kilo 6, Lima Bravo Papa. JR and Pollock Pines. Just happened to hear you here and thought I'd key up and say hello.
Well, thanks for coming in, JR. It's good to hear from you. How's things going in your neck of the woods tonight?
Up here, the snow is nearly melted off, and 48 degrees right now. And the evening's cooling down a little bit, but it's nice. Everything's going well. And I will let you get back to the net. This is Kilo 6 Lima Bravo Papa. I'll say 7-3.
All right, 7-3, and thanks for the check-in, JR. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net, looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wishes to check in can come on in now.
QZH for the question.
Anybody get that?
It's Peter, QZH.
What?
Peter with a question, QZH.
All right, Peter, go ahead with your question.
Anti-net.
He wants to know what an anti-net is.
Oh.
That's a great question.
You know what? That's actually a fantastic question. We aren't even really sure we know the answer to that. But the best way I guess I could describe it is we are a net, but an uncoordinated net. So we don't have any rules. We just want to have fun, and we just want to enjoy everybody's company. Anybody that wants to check in is welcome to. There's no exclusions. Anybody that wants to jump in and ask a question anytime is welcome to. And all new hams, experienced hams, everybody's welcome. So hopefully that answers your question.
This the 2-meter crew that has a Facebook page.
QSL, we do have a Facebook page, and that is 2 meter crew.net. QSL. I can barely hear him.
He asked if we have a Facebook or if we're associated with the 2 Meter Crew Facebook group. And yeah.
W1Q Mitch, friend of me on that, or suggested that page should be a little while ago.
I didn't catch that either. Much
Sorry,
of it.
I had some technical difficulties on my side.
For the answer, I appreciate it. Just that I would ask because I came upon this net by accident.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. We're usually here every other Friday. Sometimes that flips around depending on everybody's schedule, but we try to get out here twice a month just to jump in and say hi and meet up with everybody. So you're always welcome to jump in and say hi. It's at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every other Friday. So thanks for the question. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Let's see if Dave is audio ready now. K6WBY. Are you able to make it in?
I wonder if he's having the same issue I had. I had to switch my speaker settings around.
Yeah,
from what
it's
I had 'em
possible.
at.
Yeah, I had to go into Discord options, and even though it was set for default, I had to manually choose.
Right.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I was like, they're default, but Discord didn't care.
Yeah.
You had to manually choose it.
Yeah, that's what I had to do too.
All right. It sounds like we still got a little technical difficulties on that end. So fear not, Dave. We are going to work with you and get that fixed. And we're going to do it live on YouTube right after we're done with the Anti-Net. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew. Anti-Net looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in can come on in now.
Quebec Lima Bravo, Justin Pittsburgh. Just want to say hello to the crew. Bravo, 1 golf.
Big pile up.
All right, I got a couple stations there. First one, I believe, was suffix QLB. I think that's Vince in Pittsburgh. And then the second station will come to you in just a moment. But Vince, take it away. How's it going?
I went to the gym and worked out, and then did yard work, and I'm ready to pass out in front of the radio.
You know what? That sounds about like the best thought out plan I've heard tonight. So I wish you the absolute best of luck with that. Thanks for checking in, man. It's good to hear from you. There was a station right behind you, and I believe the suffix was Bravo India Golf, BIG. Come on in now.
Nick and crew, you're very, very close. It was Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf. Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf. Smitty out here, coming down on I-80 from the snow. Well, I'm not in the snow anymore. Love, love, love catching this net. What a great way to kill time on a Friday evening. Good evening, guys.
Man, Smitty, you get like an A+ for audio. You sound great coming in right now. Thanks for the check-in. Are you driving big rig, or are you just on your way home?
On my way home with my truck. I'm not a driver or anything like that, but usually I lurk and catch the net and watch you guys in video. But was scanning around. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Friday night. Here's the anti-net. And by the way, QWC, Peter, good hearing you, sir. And you know what I've always identified the anti-net as? Unlike any other net, right? You got the typical nets that you hear on 2 meters and 440, and this isn't that. It's different. So you guys keep up the good work. I love listening and lurking. WB1G, Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf, Smitty. Take care, guys.
Oh, man, you described it perfectly. Thanks for the kind words. We appreciate it. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 meter crew anti-net. And it looks like Dan slid his way in here, N6ETR. How's it going tonight, Dan?
This is Dan, N6ETR. Thanks for letting me in, Nick. Loving the new interface. This is awesome. I'm looking forward to learning more about it after the net closes. So I'm going to take the safe route and just use my radio here. But, yeah, let's see. Today I've been doing a lot of painting. You'll notice my shack is even more of a disaster than usual. It's like twice a disaster compared to usual. Artwork from above the fireplace, some surround sound equipment. You know, I've been painting all day, and my life is just an utter mess. But the good news is the regular ham shack mess that you see here is going to go into a room twice as big upstairs. So I'm looking forward to putting that on TV someday soon. Anyway, this is Dan, N6CTR. Back to you, Nick.
All right, Dan, thanks for the check-in. I always like your clutter. It looks good. It fits your whole ambiance you got going on there, so it's perfect. Appreciate the check-in. Ambiance. You got it right. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 meter crew anti-net. We are looking for any and all check-ins. Anybody that wants to check in can come on in now.
Oh, look, Connor got his video working.
I had it off. I was doing.
Must be really, really cold in his shack.
WBY from Sonora.
Can't see me.
All right, Dave, we got you over RF. K6WBY, how's it going?
I've been having trouble trying to figure that app out because I'm actually driving and I haven't been able to focus on it. So just rolling up to the house here in Sonora and want to say a quick hello, and I'll go back to listening on Discord. K6WBY.
Awesome, Dave. Yeah, thanks for checking in. And when you get in a spot where you can hang out for a second, let us know. And there's just a couple of settings to change that will oftentimes default to something that doesn't let you talk. So appreciate the check-in. Good to hear from you, buddy. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 meter crew anti-net. Let's see who else we got out there. Anybody want to check in can come on in now.
Okay, these excuse that since we're not formal, I just wanted to say hi to Smitty. I hear him on the SFARC net and the morning covering net, which I enjoy. It's a bit more formal than this net, but I enjoy this net too.
Yeah, we don't really we don't really understand formality really for anything. But Smitty, if you heard that, your buddy's calling you out. Take it away. Smitty was like, nope, I'm dropping in saying hi and I'm out of here.
Smitty's like, formality? What's that?
Yeah, right. All right, nothing heard. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. We're going to take a last call, see if anybody is out there that wants to check in before we move over to Zoom and figure out what we're doing. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Last calls. Anybody want to check in? Come on in now.
Hey, we can let Zach in. I know Zach.
Yeah, Zach's cool.
Yep.
Okay,
Mike, you have
nothing heard. We're just going to go ahead and say thank you to everybody and all of the different digital connections, all the different repeaters, and all the people that work so hard to make that happen. And then all of the people that I mentioned earlier, again, another big thanks for all of your guys' efforts in making this work. And thanks for everybody watching, hanging out, checking in. We will be back in 2 weeks, and hopefully we have even a little bit more refined audio, video quality, and everything going. So appreciate y'all bearing with us, and we will say 7-3. We're going to be hanging out on Discord if anybody wants to join in. You're welcome to join the links through YouTube, and we can get you in. There's a 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net live group that you can jump in and join the conversation. So until we meet again, I will say 7-3. Everybody stay safe. Talk to you later.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Just in the nick of time. Oh, that was Dan. I was like, Dave did it. No, he didn't.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Hey, Zach.
What's up, Zach?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna turn my camera on 1 sec.
Yeah, so that worked pretty well, Nick. The only thing was it definitely would be useful to bring up the levels to the radio, so we'll look into that.
Yeah, we'll play with that a little bit.
It was a smidge quiet, but
I'm gonna send you an interesting picture.
Me?
Yeah. See if you know what it is.
Oh boy.
And Nick, I sent
That's
Connor
scary.
some audio of you and him at the beginning of the net there, so
okay,
he
cool.
can
Play
figure
around with
out
that.
what's going on audio-wise there.
It'll do that from time to time. Isn't that weird? Like it'll.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just like kind of like glitching.
What? Did you send that to Mike?
No.
Here, I'll send it to Mike.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know
You gotta
what.
see this.
But that's the web browser. That's the graphics on the web browser. That has nothing to do with AllStar, right? That's.
Yeah.
But it's happened on other applications too. But it'll kind of go away.
On the new PC or also on the old PC?
No, only on the new PC.
Yeah, that's like a graphics driver issue. Looks
Yeah,
like.
and so
Yeah,
what
I'll
I
look into
found,
that.
the driver, I updated the driver, and the drivers are brand new for this thing. So they weren't even
card.
Well, it's an iGPU, but the drivers weren't even available until like 4 months ago. And there's,
We'll figure it out. That's a pretty simple thing to
Have you
fix.
tried other browsers, or is it just like, what are you using? What browser?
Well, it hasn't done that for a while until tonight. But when I first got it, before I updated to the AMD driver for it, it was doing that. And I'm using Chrome. I haven't tried a different browser.
Yeah, I would try a different browser because Chrome has a built-in like hardware video acceleration, and if your drivers don't cooperate with that, you might have to turn off your video acceleration, even though it's, or not even video, but it's just hardware acceleration, and sometimes that fixes it if it's not compatible with the driver.
I've seen that setting available for Windows 11, but it is not available in my drop down. I've looked and it's just not there.
You have to go to Chrome://flags, and then it's like hidden settings. You have to go in there.
Oh, so it's a browser only setting. It's not in the actual
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of those settings are hidden settings that you have to
When I
go
first
in and
got
flag.
my Windows 11 laptop, every YouTube video like was skipping like crazy, drop frame, and I updated the drivers, didn't fix it, and then what I did was I turned that setting off, and then everything played fine, and then at some point Chrome or Windows caught up, and that's all back on, and it works fine. So
yeah, so I'm running into the same thing that you reminded me. That's the last time I saw that happen. And when I rebooted it, it went away, but it was doing it on YouTube, and it was through Chrome. I haven't experienced it in any other browser, but that's the only browser I've used on this PC. The PC I have now is brand new. I just bought it 5 days ago. So we're still working out all the bugs.
And it's smaller than your hand.
Yeah, and it literally fits in the size of your hand.
Yeah.
Is it one of those B-Link ones or something?
I can send you a link, but it's called you can look it up. It's called a UM790 Pro, and it's a it's like a Ryzen 9 4 series with a 64 gigs of RAM, internal GPU. But it's 10 times the computer that I had before, which was like dinosaur age. Like every time somebody would get on, they would be like, "What are you running right now? And how is it even working?" And I was like, "Connor made it work." Connor made it work, not me.
This looks just like the B-Link stuff that I'm looking at for mobile setup. Do you like it so far?
I do, yeah. I looked at all kinds. So once I sat with Connor and a friend of his, and we were just discussing different options as far as a computer and like what I do, because I don't game, and this little mini PC is gaming capable to some level. It has one of the most advanced iGPUs out there to date right now. And this just kind of fit the bill. I looked at a bunch of different options, like a ton of different available mini PCs, and this was the one that stood out after 4 days of just solid deliberating with Connor, trying to figure out like what's the best route to go here. And this just had the most advanced technology and everything.
Okay.
I got the 64, yeah.
64, 1 terabyte?
Yeah, and then I dedicated 8 gigs to the GPU in the BIOS. Because from the factory, it dedicates 2.
I see 19-volt plug on the back. Does that take 12-volt power?
It does not take 12-volt power,
it's 19. So in theory, if you were doing really light load stuff, like below 5 amps, you could use power delivery.
Yeah, you could do like a buck converter or something.
I was thinking hooking it up to a Bioenno or something for power.
You could do a step up.
Volts.
Yeah, do a buck step up.
That won't work.
Why?
Why not?
That won't work.
Why? You just lose amperage.
It'll get way too hot and a lot of current.
Yeah, but Bioennos are high
to
draw.
Jump from 12.8 to 19. I would stick with the B-Link if you're just trying to do like I have a couple B-Links. There's also some older minis forms that are 12 volts, and I am running.
I was gonna do streaming and logging sort of
stuff. I wouldn't run it on one of the B-Links then.
Yeah,
if you're just like doing logging,
Raspberry
I
Pi.
would use a laptop, quite frankly. Or
my
Pi.
laptop.
Yeah, one of the two.
Absolutely not. I want to.
Or your phone.
I've tried my no.
You're gonna lug a display out to the field with all the appropriate cabling and power and all that stuff too.
I'll have to send you a link. There's like 3 different displays that run off of just HDMI power, and I was thinking combining that with a B-Link and using that as the streaming setup for when I'm out doing a POTA.
I would honestly stick with just a good laptop.
Yeah, laptop's good. Let's hear from Zach. We haven't heard from Zach. I want to hear from Zach. I haven't talked with this guy in a while.
Yeah, hi Zach.
Hey,
and Fred's in
guys. Yeah,
and
the stars align.
Zach was here first. Let's hear from Zach.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, you sound good.
Hey, it's good to hear from you guys again. So I am in Texas now.
Oh, wow.
I just went active duty Air Force last October and finished officer training school. So I'm here for pilot training, and I'll be here probably for at least the next year. We'll see.
Are you at Randolph or were you at?
Yes.
Yeah.
Randolph.
Nice.
And I got the notification through Discord that you guys are live, and I'm like, hey, I got a minute. Let me jump in here. I haven't seen these guys in a minute.
Good deal, man. That's awesome.
And it's good to see all your faces. The geek, everybody is all your voices. I hear you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I see all your faces now. It's awesome. And other than that, I kind of same as far as ham radio. I'm using Echolink and on the Baofeng, but I'd like to get the IC 705, but I want to wait until I get my general first, and it's just been not a high priority with the other stuff going on right now in my life.
Yeah, dude, I get it. Totally get it.
But how have you guys been? It's good to see you all.
I mean, we've all been busy. We're doing various different things. I'm retired from the Air Force now. I moved back from Arkansas and got another job. So yeah, life's good here. Frank's doing like live streaming and nets and POTAs and all sorts of million.
I think I heard you on Ham Radio Crash Course a few episodes ago. I could be wrong.
No, you did during the after chat. I'm there every Saturday night.
That was cool. I'm like, Frank, I recognize that voice. I hear him. I know that call sign.
And if you want, Josh has Discord, and that's how we get in during the after chat. If you want, shoot me a message. I can drop you a link to the HRCC Discord.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'll do it.
You can join in.
That sounds perfect. I'd love to. Yeah. But I should start training in a couple weeks, and it'll go through till June. I'm expecting, or my wife and I are expecting our third child, our first son. So we have 2 daughters now.
That's great, dude.
And our third son is due this June. So yeah, a lot of things going on.
Oh, June. Make sure he's born after the 21st if you can.
Okay, I'll try. I'll tell her, hold on, honey. Just hold on another.
Cross your legs.
It's, I think it's like the 14th or the 13th, right around that time. So.
Oh, okay. So you'll have a Gemini in the house.
Yeah. Well, if you're near a borderline, you're called what, a cusper? If you're right at the end of a cutoff.
I'm cusp Gemini. I'm the 19th.
I was, I think, right at the cutoff for Leo, but I ended up Virgo for August 25th. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, other than that, things are good. Trying to think of anything else to mention off the top of my head. There's a few repeaters near here. The Live Oak repeaters had a few people, but not a whole lot of activity, not compared to Vacaville or Puget in Seattle.
Yeah.
Or a 2 meter crew for that matter. So
I know Kevin.
Some people.
You remember Kevin?
San Antonio area. Kevin, sorry.
Yeah, Kevin. K6VLF or K6VLF. That's his call, right? I haven't talked to him in a hot minute.
Very low frequency,
he's in Mineral Wells, I think is how it is, Texas. And he really relocated there with his wife and his son. They share a property, and he's like putting up a shack with a tower and repeater stuff. And he's been on the VVR a few times. So if you're monitoring, through Echolink or whatever, sometimes he's on there.
I haven't heard VLF in a minute. Yeah.
Oh, it's N6 VLF. I don't know why I said K6. It's N6 VLF, but yeah, he's been on there a few times. But he should be coming, on here more often. I think he said he wanted to once he gets everything settled. So he brings a lot to the table with knowledge about everything. That guy's so smart.
Yeah, I typically end up listening to you guys because you guys are. Each of you are a wealth of knowledge for all this stuff. It's just fun hearing you guys talk about this stuff. So
I'm not a wealth of knowledge of anything.
We're just hanging out. I know everybody brings a piece, like no one will know everything.
However little you all know, I know less. So it's fun. It is fun to hear you guys chat. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can find him maybe on QR. Can you message on QRZ? I've seen profiles.
Yes, you
Trying to
can.
contact
If
people.
they have their email address on there, I know you can get their
Just send
email.
them an email. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen the emails, but I wondered if there was a way to go through
There-
QRZ, just QRZ,
there-
as opposed to going through the email.
There is. If you go into your profile at the top right where your call sign is, and go down to messages, that's where you send messages on QRZ.
Okay. There's a few people. There's a guy. So in officer training, there's a guy I know who's ended up switching to being a chaplain. He was Army infantry, and now he's a chaplain. He has a general license, but he'll hang out on 2 meters. And I was actually once I packed up my stuff, we're driving through parts of Texas. I think he was near. It was a national park, Big Bend, or I forget the name of the park, but yeah, I hear him on the local repeater. And I didn't recognize it at first that it was him. I heard his call sign. I looked him up through QRZ. I'm like, I went to officer training school with this guy. It was just a funny coincidence, like how tight of a community
Yeah, you
ham
never know.
radio is.
Never know.
It was hilarious. Like, haven't talked with anyone for hundreds of miles, and I get on the repeater, and I already have somebody that I have a past with, it in a good way, you know. So
I do a lot of driving, and I see custom license plates with like people's call signs, you know, for their license plate. And then you get up next to them, and like they don't have an antenna on their car, they don't have a handheld. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Like, it seems like a waste, you know. Like, I'd like to, you know, if I'm driving around, I'll have one channel on, you know, calling frequency, and then I'll have local repeater on. But like, I try to call. I was like, hey, I see you. You know, you're listening. Can you hear me? This is blah blah blah. And nah, they don't even have a radio in the car. I'm like, come on, guys.
oh, that's disappointing.
Oh,
Can you have your license plate like that?
I've done
Yep.
that one too many times. I've called out, you know, I've tried a couple different simplex frequencies too, you know, just in case, and nothing.
Yep.
Hey man,
Disappointing.
nothing beats when you're driving down the highway and you think you're gonna get pulled over by CHP, and the guy comes up to your passenger side and tells you to roll down the window and goes, "Are you a ham? Me too!" And then he hits his lights and sirens and goes and pulls over someone who didn't merge with the blinker. That was great. That was a great one.
Oh, those are always the fun times.
Oh, it's
Let's
awesome. Yeah.
Let's hear from Fred. We haven't
Yeah,
heard
what's
from
up, Fred?
tonight.
Yeah, I just got the YouTube notification, turned you guys on, and then, yeah, I don't know, my radio, I tried Nick to get on the anti-net, but I had it in digital mode. Damn FT3D. So yeah, you got to go in the AllStar node. You got to go in on analog.
Yep.
So, anyways, I thought I'd come over here and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Fred.
What have you been working on? I know you're doing a lot of stuff with like your DigiPi and stuff. So and I saw you doing like APRS chat. So can you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, DigiPi. That's Craig Cam6LYW's little project, and it's built on a Raspberry Pi 2W. And he does the sketch, or that goes on the SD card, and it does all these digital ham radio modes. And the coolest one is web chat, APRS web chat. So I do that APRS net. It's Thursday APRS net, where you check into the answer server, and then you get messages from other hams. And when you do it on the radio, you get these messages back, but it's hard to respond back. And with doing the web chat on the tablet, it's just texting. You text it back, and then it sends it out to that other ham as a message. He gets it on his radio, or he gets it on whatever he gets it on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I did a presentation at the Ham Radio Club, Back Valley Radio Club, on Pi devices. You build one, then you build another one, and then you build another one. And so you showed them my Pi Star, told them kind of how that went, and then showed them my AllStar node, and told them how that went, and then showed them this DigiPi and how easy it was. Because I could tell you, I mean, Mike can tell you how many times I had to text him to try to figure out this AllStar node. I mean, I appreciate all his help. Yeah, it was a struggle to get it to work right. But DigiPy is pretty darn easy.
That's good. I need to do that one day. I haven't messed with that at all, and it looks very, very cool.
Well,
Yeah.
sure. Go ahead, Fred.
And then like WinLink is pretty fun to do WinLink through it because there's this app for iPhone. It's called the Radio Mail, and it connects right to the Bluetooth on the DigiPy, and you just hook a cable up to a radio, and you select which one you want to send it to, tune the radio that frequency, send the mail out. It's pretty easy.
That's awesome.
Now, of course, with Craig's DigiPy, you do have to be a Patreon supporter of his to get the image. But
that is correct. Yes.
You know, he has reasonable Patreon prices, if you will.
Yeah. He just doesn't want. He's not gonna. He'll answer my questions and stuff, but he doesn't want to be bombarded with customer service. So that's why he puts the paywall up. You can throw him a couple bucks and via Patreon, and you get access to him. And so it's been a fun project to play with.
Very cool. Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, we'll have to look into it.
Yeah, my newest thing I'm doing is, you guys heard of the tiny ground station?
No.
Okay, so you can run it on these development boards, and it runs on 433 megahertz. So I'm trying to think what these things are called. They're LoRa boards.
Mm-hmm.
And you download the tiny GS software, you hook it to an outside antenna, and all these universities have these little CubeSats, and they're running, experimentation stuff on them. And they go up on a rocket, and they shoot out like 100 of these different ones from different universities, and they're transmitting data down to Earth, and people just have stations set up where the data comes in.
Like,
what's that?
Straps and bungees. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It working.
I can hear you.
I'm on mute, and now you can finally hear me. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Let me mute myself again.
So, anyways, you're basically collecting the information and then shooting it back to their server, and you can actually there's a way to decode it, and you can like download it and decode what it's sending back, but I haven't quite figured that out. But basically, I'm just helping them out, and you can see, what satellite.
6JPA Mark doing the control tonight.
Oh, the net's starting.
Sorry, I'll kill that.
Good job.
That meets every Friday on the N6 MPX 2-meter repeater.
Sorry, guys.
And obviously, that's
Carry
why
on.
will be back.
Carry.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've been putting little videos up on YouTube about it. It's kind of a neat project.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check some of those out, because I think
you can
that
go to tinygs.com, I think, and it pulls up a map of the world. And if you drill down to my area, you'll see the little satellite symbol. You click on that, it'll say tiny W1FRD, tiny GS, and you can open that up and see what kind of reception I've gotten.
Yep, I got it right here. That's cool.
Anyways, it's just like anyways,
ahead,
this
sorry.
they had a two-way satellite up there for ham radio use at one point, but it fell back to the atmosphere and burned up. So I mean, that's possible to do that. I mean, as a ham radio operator, to do two-way traffic, but it's it'd be like texting type of a thing, kind of like APRS. But yeah, they just don't have one up there for ham radio use at the moment.
Yeah, I'm looking. The
Anyway,
closest one to me is like south of Little Rock. There's only like 2 in the whole state. So, yeah, maybe I should be the third.
yeah,
Time
I
to
mean,
step up to the
the
plate.
board I bought, I want to say it's a LilyGo TT Go is what I run mine on, and you can buy them on AliExpress for like probably like $15. But I mean, I think about it on Amazon. It was on sale for 22, and I think they're like $30 on Amazon. And then the software is free. It just loads right from your USB. Hook it up to a antenna, outside antenna. See what you can do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
that's
got.
the only.
Mess around with Meshtastic at all? I know you mentioned LoRa. I think
Oh
Meshtastic's
my gosh, that's the
any
other thing.
go ahead.
Okay, Zach. So yeah, W1FRD here. Yeah, I just got into the Meshtastic. So I got one node for 900 megahertz or 915, and there's another ham that's new in our club. He kind of was telling me about it. So we're kind of trying to get this mesh thing going.
Fred,
But
Fred,
go
were
ahead.
you talking to someone last week? I think it was on VVR about Meshtastic.
Probably.
I
don't
tried
know.
to jump in on DMR. I was out of town. I was trying to jump into DMR hotspot, and I don't know if I made it or not. If you want a lot of good information on Meshtastic, Ham Radio Crash Course on YouTube. Josh, KI6NAZ. He has a whole series on it. He has a whole setup. He's down in Cerritos, California, in SoCal, and he's doing a lot of good videos about it and how to work with it. And he had a couple of Meshtastic guys on a couple weeks ago, I think now, on his Saturday afternoon live stream. So if you're interested, check out Ham Radio Crash Course on YouTube. He has
Yeah,
some good
I've
stuff on
seen
it.
him, Frank. I've seen him, Frank. Yeah, there's a couple YouTubers that got a lot of stuff on there. So the guy over in UK, Andy Kirby, he does a lot of videos on Meshtastic. Now, if you're in England, they got a lot of users, right? So it's just peer to peer, and it skips. As long as you can see one, it'll go to the next one, and your message will eventually get to where it's supposed to go. And I mean, what we're going to try to do, me and Trevor, is get a high spot somewhere and put a solar powered node, and then it basically will link anybody that can see that one. But basically, it's texting by 915 LoRa. So when the AT&T stops working, like it did a few weeks back, you can use your Meshtastic device to communicate, and it doesn't go through the the normal cellular network. It goes through your own.
What's funny is I never experienced the outage because my phone was off due to work purposes the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't per se see an outage. I'm trying to think. At one point, it was power out. The power went out, and the kids are going, I can't watch videos. And I go, yeah, you can do a phone call. Yeah, they turn all that stuff off in case you have to call for an emergency. Yeah, it's all trafficked for the phone call. You don't get all that other stuff. Anyways, that was kind of interesting.
Well,
Yeah, I
let's see.
just wanted to pick your brain. I know, I think it was Dawn out at the Vaca Valley Radio Club was working with Office of Emergency Services out there to get mesh network communication implemented in that area. I don't know how far he's gotten with that, but
That I've talked to Don about that one. That's Arden Mesh, not Meshtastic. Two different things.
Yeah, that
But,
is two different things.
but Arden Mesh is basically Wi-Fi for ham radio, where it is point to point, but I have an Arden node here at the QTH, where I can point. Well, the thing out the window back there is pointed up to the hillside, and then that connects to 3 other nodes here in the county. So I can tunnel in if I wanted to. I could connect if he still had it up to Connor's Arden node, and I
That's
could,
good to know.
we could transfer files, or we could, connect with each other on different internet platforms. Webcams, radio networks, sound files, that sort of stuff was all pushed across Arden. So that's another interesting little mesh. It is a mesh network, but it's not mesh-tastic.
Gotcha. Okay. I was thinking Meshtastic, but it's a mesh network. Two different things.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting stuff.
so the difference is the Mestastic is texting, right? Through an app on your phone that goes out through the device. And
It's more
those
like
things are,
GoTenna, I think, right? More like GoTenna as opposed to what Frank was talking about.
yeah, I'm not sure about GoTenna, but these devices are portable. They're like smaller than a handy talkie with a battery on it and an antenna. And you could take it. So say you went out into the national forest and there's no ham radio out there, and you're with your buddy, or I say no ham radio. Maybe you aren't even ham radio operators. You're just with your buddy, and you got two different groups, and you both have these devices in your phones, and there's no phone service. There's no, but you can communicate. And these things, low power, the battery lasts forever, and it's a long distance. It's line of sight, but it goes a long ways.
Yeah, very handy. I hope to see more of that.
Yeah, so it's like in the area. I think there's a person over in Concord. I'm in Fairfield. There's a person over in Concord that's got a node and a Mistastic node, and me and Trevor, he's on the other side of the town, and that's just not enough to make a mesh, right? So you got to get more people involved, or
Yeah,
get one that's
part of it,
very high.
setting it up on hilltops. It's a lot of hills in that area too.
Yeah, so yeah, and they make them to do that. You can buy a kit that's for like $100. You just mount it to the pole. It's all ready to go. You mount it up to a pole somewhere, and it just works.
Need to put a couple solar repeaters up on like Diablo or Vaca or something to help create a better mesh system.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean Trevor, he was in the MDART club, so he has access to the the one there on Mount Diablo, so he's going to try to get one up there.
We have a question
Anyways.
in the YouTube chat. What is the furthest anyone has reached another ham? And that's from Ripley in Alaska.
So the furthest, like in this group, or the furthest?
Yeah, like what's your farthest whatever contact?
And what
you
mode
personally made?
Are we talking any mode, or are we talking digital phone?
Yeah, didn't say any mode. So let's exclude anything that uses the internet and just use RF.
I was single sideband into
that,
Africa.
Yeah, for me, mileage from here is 10,757 miles from here to Australia.
Nice. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did single sideband to Tokyo, Japan, in my backyard with my 817 and a little 5-inch whip.
Nice.
And
very handy, very useful.
He says any ham mode, so she. Thank you.
Frank, are you going to tell us how far you FTA'd? You're going to do it, aren't you? You're going to do it, aren't you?
No, I'm going to have to go with Mike on this one. ZL1WN Ross down there in New Zealand. Would be my furthest voice contact. My furthest FT4 and FT8 contact is South Africa, and there was another one in the Middle East. I'm trying to remember where. I don't have my map up. I'd have to look at my map, but those I'd say are my 3 furthest contacts away.
Very cool.
I
You
think
know,
when I was on.
speaking,
Oh, go ahead.
speaking of FT4, I was driving. Well, I was riding last night back from dinner, and because I had alcohol, but I don't drink and drive. So my wife was driving, and I started laughing, and she's like, "What's so funny?" I was like, "Well, it's a ham thing, but you probably wouldn't understand." But we have custom license plates here for like military, police, fire department, all that stuff, and the license plate said FT409. I'm like, what is this, like the new digital mode to clean up the airways? What are we talking about here? So I tried to get a picture of it, but we went too fast. But yeah,
Oh
pretty funny.
okay. So it was FT4 with a +9 signal. FT409.
Yeah.
What's the Giddy Up 409? Giddy Up FT 409.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. And I going back to what Ripley just said. You folks need to reach McMurdo in Antarctica. I have done FT8 to Antarctica as well, but I don't think that would be my furthest contact. I still think New Zealand is.
I don't know.
I was in Sao Paulo and used Echolink to contact the ICW repeater out of Sacramento, California. But it's Echolink, so
now you did use stroke Papa 4 or whatever it is for Sao Paulo, right?
There was a guy that came back that owned a ranch out in Sacramento area, but I forget his call sign. Just by happenstance, he said, "Oh yeah, when you ever get back here, find me on QRZ," but just never ended up happening.
All right, here's an interesting contact.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was in Auburn at the Kaiser, and I had my DMR radio. And I got into the DMR repeater on Diablo, and I was talking to some guy in Alaska. So it was 100 miles to Diablo from Auburn, and then through the internet to wherever that guy was getting in Alaska.
Oh wow.
Bert, how you been?
Good. Just been working. My furthest contact voice, as I think there's some guy in Argentina, and then FTA was like Tokyo, I think. But been trying to do CW, still trying to learn that. That's still hard. Still can't get a year for it.
Yeah, I haven't tried very much. I know Nick was trying to learn. Nick, have you gotten any better with that?
No.
Yeah, me either. I can't. I just can't.
Is anyone part of Long Island CW Club or watching Kyle AA0Z's CW Roundup stuff?
Just a couple episodes of that, but nothing really.
I would suggest Long Island CW Club. They have a pretty neat course. I've dabbled with it a little bit. That takes you from the letters SO and S, and that's it, up to 5 words a minute and plus over months without any issues.
Okay, I got a story for you real quick. I did not watch Josh's video about the Nintendo game that they released called, what was it called?
Oh,
Full
Quiet.
Full Quiet. But I didn't watch the video. I saw the thumbnail. I'm like, I'm gonna go find this game. So I found the game, and there's a spot where you have to you don't have to, but you get to put in like Morse code CW into this transceiver. And I was like, the only thing I know is SOS. So I put that in, and at the screen flashed, the music changes, said hard mode activated. I'm like, oh my gosh, thanks a lot. The one thing that's supposed to help me made it worse.
I'm gonna have to tell Josh put in it. It was in the Morse code keyer portion of the game.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the beginning of the game. Yeah, you go.
I'm gonna have to tell him.
Right, there's a mountain, there's a cliff, and you put it in. It's like I was like dot 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 dash 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 dot dot dot. It was like hard mode activated. I'm like, God.
I'm gonna blame you. Not really. I'm gonna blame you, but I'm gonna send that to Josh and be like,
Dude,
here, do
and
this.
then tell them where you got it from. You got it from the 2 meter crew anti-net Northwest Ham Shack.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's planning, since you didn't watch the stream, I'll tell you, he is planning hopefully every other Wednesday of doing that if he has the time. So 2 days ago, in 2 weeks he'll do it again. So he's gonna alternate Wednesdays between Full Quiet and Ham Nation.
The game is not that easy, I'll tell you. They put some work into it though. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, they I haven't gotten it, but I watched his live stream in the entirety, and that's pretty darn good work.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, the music was great. I was impressed with the music.
Yeah.
What does it go on?
Then
What is
the
it
original Nintendo.
Actually, they have it on Steam
Yeah, it's on
and a
Steam
few
too,
other.
yeah, but
And a
but
few
it's
others.
a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need it on.
You gotta get the old controller.
Yeah. Well, look what I got here. I got this at one of those Amazon bin sales. It's literally like a knockoff Nintendo.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got $5, and it's like $30 on Amazon.
100 games on it.
620. Yep.
That's cool.
But I have an original Nintendo that I have in my gaming room with lots of games and stuff.
I still have my Genesis from the 90s.
Yep. I've got a lot of it.
I have an original Nintendo here too. I don't have it
Yeah,
hooked.
dude.
I don't have it
Way to
hooked
go,
up,
man.
but
My son, 6, he likes to play Pac-Man on it. That's his game.
Nintendo, Sega Genesis, N64, and then we skipped to GameCube. You remember that?
Melee. I loved playing Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube.
And then sibling here has Xbox. I don't remember which one, and that's where we basically, well, they have it. I do other stuff.
Yeah. For GameCube, I've got a few sealed games, including F-Zero GX or whatever it's called. So
I remember that one. Yeah.
I got that when I was stationed in Japan. I got it for like 10. It literally still has a sticker on it, sealed, factory seal. I got it for $10. If you just look up what a sealed copy of that goes for on eBay. It's more than $10.
I don't even want. Probably a lot of money.
Yeah.
my favorite Nintendo game, original NES game, is Gunsmoke.
So with the modern TVs, you can't play like
There's no cable plug-in,
you can't play Zapper games, right? Because the refresh rate's all screwed up. But you can buy this aftermarket. There's a few different things. There's a few different ways to do it. Like if you want to use original hardware, you can get a aftermarket Zapper, but then you also have to get a flash cart to be able to play games on. But there's a couple games out there that people have modded to where you can adjust the delay, and so you can play like Duck Hunt and Gunsmoke and all that sort of stuff. But it's kind of cool. And I think I think they sell guns that adjust the delay right on the gun too, so you can do it with the real cartridge with just a modified gun. There's cool stuff out there all the time.
I want to know what Fred's holding over here.
He's holding up something that has text on it that we can't read.
Yeah, that's the Mestastic node.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Mestastic node. Okay, that's what it looks like.
Ripley says her favorite game was Nintendo.
It's in a 3D case, 3D printed case. But I have this. It does like pressure, temperature. It's got a little sensor on it too that I wired in. That just tells you battery mode. Anyways, you don't need a screen, but some come with screens. You can use ones without screens because you operate it through the app.
You're too close, Fred, for it to focus properly. Now you're too far away to see anything good. It's a nice balance, trust me.
Yeah, okay. I just thought I'd show you.
Cool device, for sure.
I like the color that you picked for the 3D printed outside of it.
Yeah, I didn't pick. Trevor, he texted me like all his. Well, Trevor printed them for me, but he texted me all his spools of material, and I said, just print me the green one, because he had like a green case sitting there, and I go, whatever, it doesn't matter. So that's the one I got.
Looks good.
Anyways, I've been driving around because it beacons out, and then you can have it beacon out every 30 seconds, but it beacons out automatically every hour. And that's how, so people can see yours, right? To know whether they're near you or they can use yours. They can piggyback off yours, but there's just not a lot of users yet.
Yeah, I hope that changes because it's handy, especially with AT&T services and these other things going on where you don't have access to, you can't make a phone call or a text. It'd be good to have a backup. So hopefully it gets more popular.
Yeah, I think it will. It's really, it's really taken off, in the world, but yeah, it's starting to take off here in the U.S.
I think it's going to be something good for sure.
How much does it cost?
Oh, this board, I think I bought this one for $22 on Amazon.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, that is cheap.
And you buy them on AliExpress. This was, or no, maybe, what am I trying? Oh, this one I bought on AliExpress. This was like $11. It's Heltec.
Oh wow.
I
Heltec
ordered
V3.
3 things from AliExpress and none of them showed up, and I had to get my money back on all 3 of them. So I'll stick with Amazon or eBay.
No, Mike, you got to go to
Bad
Temu.
luck.
You got to
Bad
go
luck.
to Temu.
I'm not getting Chinese
Okay,
bastard crap on my
Go to
account.
Banggood.
No, Amazon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyways, AliExpress, I've not had any problems. Well, there's one Mistastic node that hasn't shipped, so I'm kind of worried about that one. But the Heltec boards I'm ordering from Heltec Automation, which the store is, the people that build them. So they kick them out pretty fast. I get them in 2 weeks.
That's not a bad turnaround time.
Yeah.
I thought the rate was, I kept hearing 35 for the rate. So to hear 22 or 11 for the Meshtastic, I'm like, wow, I didn't know the price dropped that low.
Yeah, there's this device that's like all ready to go. It has, an antenna, a battery, and a GPS in it. It's called a LilyGo Echo. And about a month ago, you could buy those for like $30, $40. Now they're like over $100, like 120. It's ridiculous. But like you just open up the package and it works, right? These you have to load the software on the boards. You have to load software on them, and they come with an antenna usually or a case. But you can get a better antenna and attach a battery to it, make it portable. Yeah, there's a lot of leadway to what you want to build if you build it yourself.
Well, it's getting late here in the central time zone. I'm gonna have to get off here. Got stuff to do tomorrow.
Same. I'm also in Central Time.
Yep.
All right, I
good
think
to see
that's
you all.
I think that makes a good time to say 7-3 to everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it was successful.
And Zach, I just sent you a invite to the HRCC Discord.
Thank you, Frank.
All right, 7-3, everybody. Have a good one.
All right,
7-3.
7-3. We'll catch everybody next week.
You all.
Bye.
All right.
All right. Have a good night.